Hello and welcome back to the Weekly Canon, home of the champions of England. We're back, season five. Uncle Mike, how we doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Hope everyone's okay. It's a lovely welcome, that is, isn't it? I'm never going to get bored of that one, and
I think I'm gonna have to keep that all season.
yeah, it's one where I've certainly been just I don't know, you just feel a different outlook, don't you? I feel a couple of stone lighter, a little bit more carefree. Social media's not it's winding me up, but it's not winding me up to the extent that it would have been because there's so many pictures that like that one that you've just on the thumbnail. That's
I
just
know
a perfect.
I should have used the community shield, right? But I was like,
Yeah,
no,
no, I
I
like that
just
one. I like that one because that one just like says everything. It's just like anything that they're saying. Like, there's a lot of debate about. I think the Liverpool fans are getting nervous, aren't they? Because obviously their beloved Klopp is now getting mentioned in the same sentence as Super Mick, and they don't like it. And
yeah.
Super Mick ran Klopp, I believe he ran Klopp and he's ran Pep out of this league. So we'll talk about that. But yeah, it's a lovely feeling after a summer of this further disappointment from England. So
Yeah. Well, just shout out Bradley in the chat. Good afternoon from Ottawa. He's yeah, I actually met up with Brad when I was actually in Canada, and we went and watched. I don't know if anyone saw on the news. There was this like football game that was played in the snow where a guy scored a bicycle kick, and everyone called it an icicle kick. But yeah, I was at that game with Brad. So yeah, shout out Brad. Cheers for tuning in. But yeah, where's I don't even know where to start. I know we said obviously we'll kind of cover transfer window, we'll cover Community Shield, season expectations
let's
tomorrow.
go transfer window. Let's
Yeah,
go transfer window. What's
where's
your
your head at? It sounds like yeah, concert pretty much done. Bruno's in,
yeah?
Zolis is in. We obviously
I mean,
flirted with Chinny.
yeah. Um, I'm very pleased with the Bruno Ramirez signing. I think that's going to be an absolute game changer for the way we play and the intent and the way we look. We're going to put the ball forward. Um, I'm really hot on Zolis, man. I'm really hot on
He's in
Zolis.
the FPL team.
Oh, mate, straight in. I was in when it's 1%. Now he's up to like all the casuals are coming on.
Oh,
So
is it? I've not really
yeah,
checked
man,
any stuff
yeah.
like that.
So I'm really hot on him. I've been so impressed. It's funny I'm in a group chat on X, and there's a Finnish Greek fella who happens to support Man City, right? So I've been bantering with him for like 4 years, and he's been giving it to me rightfully. And then obviously we won the league, and he's from Finland, but he's sort of Greek heritage, and he's been telling me about Zolis for 2 years, three
Oh, really?
years. 3 years this geezer's been telling me about him, banging on about him. He's fantastic. He's fantastic. I've belittled him completely in the 3 years. No, mate, he's Greek. I call him a Greek midget. I'm using everything to wind him up just to get it under his skin. He played against us last year, right? For
Oh, for
Bruges.
Bruges, yeah.
Norgard was in the centre of defence, right? And I was using this. I said, "Look, mate, what are you talking about? Norgard pocketed your Greek little midget. What are you talking about?" Now he's played for us. He's the best thing since sliced bread. I've looked at him in a different eyes because mate. I was there. I didn't even.
He's got the gold badge on his sleeve, that's why.
And what I like about him is output and his decision making. And I think so. If you talk about, there's one really good addition. I think they're three solid um, signings. They're signings for now. They're sensible signings. They're not exciting. I don't believe. Maybe Bruno.
You don't think
Ex-
Yeah.
Bruno's exciting as in a. But I think it kind of got wrapped up with the day of the Chiniscus fiasco, didn't
Yeah.
it? And that, well, not fiasco, but the flirting. And do you believe we had a chance, or was it
Yeah.
because there's a lot of talk about it? So we only used us for the wages and for the new
I mean,
contract. I
yeah,
don't.
like
I think we. we forced Real Madrid's hands to do something that they were adamant for 18 months that they didn't want to do. And if they hadn't have done that, he would be playing for us now.
I'd
That's my
say
feeling on it.
I I do think he used us to get the best deal possible and a new contract at Madrid. I think that was always his preference. I think the only thing is like
But
if
isn't
they
that what
didn't,
every player
but like
does?
if they didn't stump up what they did in
Yeah.
the end, I'm very confident that yeah, we would have gone all out and got him and he would have actually come. But like I don't think his yeah, I personally don't think he was ever like more than 50% of like, oh yeah,
Oh,
maybe
one
this
point, mate.
Arsenal project.
I convinced myself it was 90%. I
Yeah,
was away, man. I
I
was
will.
away with
I
a
think
fairies, man.
there was one night I definitely got carried away, but
It
like
kind of
overall,
like depended on what night it was, wasn't it? If it was a Tuesday at 7 o'clock, you could be 20%, and on a Wednesday at 6 o'clock in the morning, I was at 90%. It just fluctuated like that. So
yeah. No, I feel similar to you with the signings though. Like yeah, Zolly. So I just looked. Yeah, I don't know if this is all. This must be all comps of FOTMOB. 52 appearances last season, 22 goals, 29 assists. Season before, 56 appearances, 21 goals, 14 assists, and like I don't know. That's just. I know there's the you have to bear in mind the league and stuff, but he just even you just look at him when he plays. Right, I don't think he's a stylistically sexy player or anything, but like
no,
he's so direct. And I think the
yeah,
biggest thing I forgot what game it was. I was looking at him I think it was maybe against Dortmund, and he was getting the ball, but like a little bit deep. And I kept thinking to myself, like, I don't want this guy to be on the ball near the halfway line and stuff, because I don't think his one-on-one ability is actually particularly good. I want him, like, kind of how he set up Odegaard. I want him to consistently be fed the ball in those areas because I think he's someone like where he doesn't have an abundance of skill, he is just quite direct and a bit
yeah.
ballsy with like, I'm just going to play that pass, or I'm just going to take that shot. And I think if we can just consistently get him in those areas, yeah, I think yeah, the output will hopefully translate for
And
us as well. So
that's a
yeah,
sort of cross that we haven't had in our box, is it? Where you've normally got like, in Capier's they're slightly different. He'll go more to the byline. He'll whip that in. You got Martinelli who will try and win a corner. Um, so I just think he's a very good, but I want more on that left hand side, and that's who I'm worried about. And that's the big thing for me is like, do you keep your powder dry? I don't want a body for the sake of a body. I don't want to. How would you feel? Deadline day, window's just gone, and
don't say Rashford.
Arsenal are sending the fax to Rashford.
No, fuck off.
That's same feeling, mate.
Yeah,
Same. I don't want a body. I don't want a body just for the sake of a body. Mudrick, mate, I'm hearing it.
as in you want it.
No, no, no.
Oh no,
I'm fearing it. I'm fearing it. That would be on that. There's the he's got his right back, right. He's got his defender, Mick.
who Conser?
Yeah, so he's got his defender. So what's next on his shopping list?
Yeah, I,
A Chelsea
there's a.
player.
I am not for 1 second saying we should do it, but like there is an element of me that is like 5% curious about your trick and just like,
If
what
he
was
was
it?
10 million, it's worth a punt. Those
Oh no,
fuckers will those fuckers will want 110 million.
for what it's worth, I'm like fully like, no, we shouldn't. But
No,
there's just
exactly. No,
there's
no.
something
It's
in
just
me
my
that is
fear.
like,
It's just my fear, mate.
no, but there's something in me that's like, so again, not to say we should do it, but like, there's something in me of like, if he was to come, I'm very curious. I don't know why, but yeah.
It's just the pace, isn't it? It's the pace and that profile of player that is a. But then I'd rather keep Martinelli.
Oh yeah, no,
You know.
yeah.
And
When
there's talk of Neto, so we all know it's obvious. Every man and his dog watching this podcast, every opposition fan, we all know we need a left winger, and Zolis is not going to go the whole season. And it's whether you put your faith and trust in Martinelli again, knowing that we all kind of know that's the Martinelli that we've got, and is he ever gonna reach the height? There's the talk of playing through the middle, playing through that. He's a 5 minute spell with Brazil doing it, and he looks effective, and then But do we
Uh,
do we ask? We have to ask ourselves honestly: is this the version of Nelly that we're always going to have, or do you think there is another level with a fit and fight? You know, is the I'm pinning everything on this season on a fit and firing Havertz, Saka, Odegaard, and I think if we've got have fit Havertz, Saka, and Odegaard, we can win the league again without a left winger addition, a superstar left winger.
yeah, no, I agree.
That's how I
Yeah,
feel. So it's
I
whether you can accept a Nelly that will give you a run in the Champions League, but that's a lot of responsibility for Zolis in his first season. I don't know if
yeah,
he's quite ready for that.
I think Martinelli's gone. I think he wasn't in the squad in the Community Shield. The way Arteta's been talking about um, kind of outgoings and starts and ends in his presser. There's lots of rumors about Turkey, even though it sounds like he doesn't want to go. I think he's gone, and I think we will maybe go for that Yildiz or someone. I think we will get someone else. Yeah, I think the fact that they earmarked so much for Vinicius, Rogers obviously ended up going to Chelsea. I think there's someone that they're going to try get. Just because, like, I don't know, there's no feeling I get that Martinelli is actually someone that has been used with the intention that he's going to be around for the season with Zolis. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he would have
Yeah,
been in the squad in the Community Shield, and like
just minutes,
pre-season, I'd need to check what
just
his
in the
minutes were like.
shop window minutes, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, so
So
I feel like there is an intention to sell him and try get someone else in to pair with Zolis. But yeah, just my two pence on Bruno, mate. I think he's gonna be absolutely unbelievable for us. I think even just, I mean, I was quite vocal last year about I found it very stale in periods and stuff, and I think he's just gonna unlock things. Just again, the types of passing and yeah, will hopefully free up and unlock Odegaard, who I think he'll go up another level this season.
I'm really
Again,
looking forward to Odegaard getting unlocked and not have that responsibility that he's you can see the difference in the preseason games already of
yeah,
how much impact, how fit he looks, how happy he looks. It's almost as though there's a lot of talk last season, a lot of rumours swirling around, a lot of nonsense swirling around. Did he go vegan? Was he vegetarian? Was he not?
he
Was he
obviously
too
had a child,
skinny?
right?
Child? Was it? Then it was he wasn't pulling him. Then he was not pulling out of tackles. Uh, in training, the old classic. I've got a bit of a niggle. I've got to be Goldilocks. I've got to be 100% perfect to play because he was saving himself for a World Cup. Rumours that it was pissing a bit of friction between Arteta and himself in the running because there was players like Declan Rice flogging themselves and putting themselves on the line, and there was a feeling in the club that your club captain wasn't. Now that's all gone, done, dusted, and it affected Odegaard with his criticism. He became a bit of a lightning rod for some of our frustrations, like we always do at Arsenal. We always pick one player that is a lightning rod. Xhaka was that player at one point, and I think Odegaard's been had a bit of that. Some of it, is for 2 years we haven't seen the true Martin Odegaard, have we? For
No,
various reasons. So I'm hoping if you get him back to 80% of what we've seen before, I think we can have a fantastic season.
yeah,
And
no, me too.
I'm hoping that that will unlock, you know, your Sackers and that's why I want to go later is like with our predictions is how good do you think we can be this season? So
Well,
yeah,
that I think that's my thing for this season. I want to see us. It's difficult when teams do park the bus because, like, you saw it with England, right? Like, I don't think you could say a single team in the world that looks good against a low block. So, like, I do get it, but I do think there is certain things you can do better in terms of intent and like tempo and stuff like that. And I think they're the things I want to see done a lot better. But yeah, we'll get onto that in a bit. Just final one is telling for your thoughts on concert. It is interesting for me because like prior to this. So I'll hold my hand up. I'm not as high on mascara as everyone else seems to be. Like Well, yeah, I'll just say that I'm really not as high on him. So like, I personally was quite. I didn't feel comfortable relying on just Mosquera to replace Saliba, whereas a lot of other people seemed to be. And I don't know, I
No,
just so like personally, I think I'll be on my own with this. I don't think he's as technically good on the ball as people make out. I think he's positionally a little bit rash. I know he's young and stuff, but just in his, yeah, I guess the way I assess him right now feels like quite different to a lot of people. So I personally was quite happy to see us
yeah,
go out
I,
and do that perceived luxury signing. Consa's someone that yeah, I've never been like I just think he's fine. And I don't know if it's one of them where it's like the shiny toy, but like the stats I'm seeing, I'm like, I didn't realize he was so good at duels. I didn't realize he was so good on the ball statistically. But like my kind of assessment of him
quick,
whenever I've
quick
watched
as
him was just yeah, but I
he's
just
quick
thought
as
he was
well.
just fine. And if I'm honest, I thought positionally, whenever I've seen him, I was like, he's not amazing, but I was happy to see that we were going out and just trying to get someone that can plug a gap. And yeah, the more I'm reading, seeing, and stuff, and yeah, again, the types of scenarios he'll be defending will be different compared to what he does at Villa and for England. So yeah, but that's the sort of signing that's like you'll remember these days so much more than me. Prime Fergie, Man United. Like, pluck, thank you very much. Off you trot. Like
Take
yeah,
your best
we're top of
player.
the food chain now.
Take your best player. Prem proven. You know, I'm pleased with the signing. It's just for me. It raises it keeps our floor high. It doesn't allow that drop off that the delta between a Saliba and a Holding. You know, we could have had and this is it, and we Miguel's been scarred by that, and he's lived through that, and he's looked at that. You've still got Timber, and you know, there's so much talk about where are these players going to get minute? You know, you can include Miles, Lewis into this equation. You know, where are these players going to get minutes? And I say, look, you know, Declan Rice played 68 games last season. He's played 68 games for almost like
Did
for
he?
3 seasons. Yeah, 68
It was 68.
with
Yeah, I
England
know,
as
but
well. Yeah,
what?
so yeah,
Wow.
68 games. So what we want to be in a position, we've never had this, and I think it's not
We
our
are moving
fans
like
need.
such an elite club,
And
finally.
that's where we are. That's where we're at, mate. We're moving into the PSG levels where I want all of our players to have 2,500 minutes because you've got a ready-made, top quality replacement there where there's no. Okay, there might be a slight drop off, but it's not huge drop off. You know, it's not going from that to that. You can look at. I can ask you now our midfield and tell me what we can't because they haven't played. But who's our best combo? There's so many different combos that you can play with, and that's what's going to be so interesting and exciting to see. Where does I really don't want Zubimendi to go, but if it means keeping a Lewis Skelly and Nanweri and having to sell Zubimendi, that's what
Yeah, I'm
that
again.
this is the talk of what's going on, isn't there?
Yeah,
And you referenced it earlier, and this is what we need to get our heads round. 2 weeks ago, we had 150 million plus on the table for Chinny, and he's forever going to be called Chinny from now on, mate. Forever Chinny. So and
he looks
then
fucking ugly with it as well, doesn't he?
yeah, and then your next thing, you're almost touting out your Hale Enders to raise pure profit fees. So there's there's something afoot. There's something going on with Berta. I don't think I've
Yeah.
got a feeling
For
Berta might be sacked after the transfer window.
what I have been a little bit I've been under a rock when it comes to transfers. So like the only thing I saw was that the owners got involved for the concert deal, and I've seen murmurs about yeah, but like
There's
what?
a lot of what I'm seeing is he plays the spin the plate game, right? And that
Yeah,
is either a master stroke or it pisses a lot of people off. Now, Arsenal Football Club have not got a great relationship with a lot of the clubs
yeah,
in the league. Just haven't. And then it comes to them either trying to us trying to whether sell our players to them, which we're shit at, or even worse, you go into the likes of Villa, are two. the two most hate teams that hate us the most are Villa and Newcastle. And I think we've done pretty well. I think we overpaid probably by 10 million on both of those transfers, but they wanted us to overpay by 20, 30 million.
I don't think we overpaid for Bruno personally.
I would have liked to have been him 65,
See, I
ideally.
think that would have been like you trying to fucking get a gem from Primark. Like
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
think we paid. I think what we paid was like kind of fair. Consa, I agree. I feel like that's 10 mil too
He's a
much. But
40. He's a 40, 45.
yeah,
So, right, he got into 50. But I think, but there's a lot, and the way we're going about it, there's the running joke, isn't there, that Bruno will make his debut on tomorrow night, and there's still been no contact between Arsenal and Newcastle Football Club.
oh mate, the
And
Newcastle journos are some big
yeah,
old
and
spider. I
Luke
forgot the
Edwards
guy's
is
name, the
losing it.
Pratt
Luke
that was on
Edwards,
holiday. Him,
yeah,
yeah.
Luke Edwards, he's losing his head,
Don't
and so
forget
you've got
Kevin Keegan died, so you can't have a
yeah, so
life.
you can't so you've got all that nonsense. So, but it's a different way of us operating, as in using intermediaries, securing the personal terms, and then you just go. It seems to just go silent. There's no interaction with the club, with the
It's a bit
selling
like,
club.
in these like markets where like you get like five different vendors and there's one customer kind of going around getting the
Yeah,
freebies, not
eh,
actually
eh,
buying anything.
that's me.
I am that customer.
Yeah, you're silly if you're not.
Yeah.
So he's doing all that, but in the meantime, you're pissing a lot of these clubs off. You're pissing players off that are thinking, all right, when you like look at last year, we agreed terms with Sesko, agreed terms with Gokaresh, and there was that constant to in and fro in. Where are we going to go? Where's the dice going to land? Where's the dice going to land? Now the player that's buying that you might be talking to, he's telling his missus and kids, right, yeah, well, I've got to move with Arsenal. I've agreed my terms, my personal terms with them, and then the phone never rings. So you cannot you'll burn a lot of bridges with that
Oh,
strategy
hundreds.
over a short period of time. Then now we've got a new financial we've got new executives at the club who are more focused on looking at the finances. So there's a whole load of names. Who was it? Uh, was it Ellis? No, there was a couple of guys, high profile, on the board for last year, and it was all through the the documentary. And they've gone, and then they've replaced
Well,
with.
like Richard,
Well,
Rich.
Richard Garlick's still there, but I know there's one about I can't remember his name, Tim something, and they've gone. And then you've got these Americans in who are more like commercial, more financial background, and you're looking, and there has to be some smoke between the MLS rumor.
Yeah.
Now the players of the players camp have denied it. Chelsea are saying they were offered. United are saying they were offered. Now that's a very clumsy way through intermediaries of putting our players out there, and it's a strategy that is pissing a few people off.
Yeah, because
Other
it's not like the
clubs,
communication just sounds awful, right? Like, yeah.
it's clumsy. It's just clumsy, and
But
I
even
think
you want to do things with a certain level of respect for our own, right?
in
Like I'm even
class.
thinking about
Yeah,
Martinelli. Like,
yeah, of
sure,
course,
it's
yeah.
probably time to move him on, but like, there's a way to do it as well.
Oh, but
Jesus
this
on
is
the, by the way, like, fucking, just go, mate. Like,
yeah. I know, and I mean this, mate. We're not Chelsea, right? We don't suddenly take the number 9 off of Eddie Nketiah and give it to the next fella while he's still at the club. That's what Chelsea have done to Robbie Delap. They've taken the number 9 off him. They've given him to João Pedro. They're basically saying, "Piss off, mate. You're not wanted." Now Chelsea are they're a shambles. They're classless. They're ruthless. But their fans are used to it. No emotional attachment to any players in and out. We love Martinelli, right? We love these players, quite
even
rightly.
Jesus, I think he is like
Yeah,
the people do have myself have a
but
soft
he's
spot, but
right.
like,
It's time to go, fella. It's time
yeah.
to
And
go. Come on.
if he is potentially hindering what we can do somewhere else. It's like, thank you for your service. Like, you were such a big part in getting us to where we are. But like, just go.
You got the medal, and now come on, mate. You've added
Y-
to your illustrious career. Now, just do us a favour and accept a deal somewhere else and lower your
Yeah,
wages. You've done well for 2 years. We looked after you when you were got your injury. We could have been classless and done a West Ham like
we
West
did the
Ham.
bloody cringe shirts out and everything.
Yeah, man. So exactly, we've done all that. So I'm a bit. I think we have to get used to hardball selling, and maybe that's what Burton's doing. He's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not Arsenal.
Yeah, yeah. When I said about the communication thing, I think it was more like, if, for example, Bert is going out and touting what's the interest for a Lewis Skelly, like, I think you
Well, he's
have
got to do
to.
it to every player, haven't you? You've got
Well,
because
just
there'll
more. I
be
think you
five
have to
players.
have the conversation with a Lewis Skelly or his agent, because like
Yeah.
otherwise, that's
Yes.
so going behind the back. I think there's a way to do that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the I've got a feeling that Burton may be moved on because one, he hasn't secured. I don't think it's another question. Let's wait till the transfer window's done. International break. Maybe it's one to do is to review all of the transfers from the last, including last year. I know they got us over the line. Um, but yeah, it's the strategy that's more concerning to me. So that's the transfer window. The Community Shield,
Oh,
I thought
oh,
was just an
that
absolute
was
piss take, mate.
unbelievable, wasn't it? It
That
was.
did you go?
I didn't know, but oh, mate, that was, yeah, that was, yeah. You're right. It was a piss take. I can't think of another word. It was
It was
just
so nice to
incredible.
see the intent from minute one, um,
Even
which
after minute one, right? It was still there.
yeah, and when it was, and that was the night. It wasn't just like get that goal. I mean, okay, it was so early, but it wasn't the. I'm so encouraged that I think we said it all last season, and I will continue to say it. I don't think we're going to look anything like we did last season. I
Me
think
too.
shackles off, totally different way. Not a totally different way, but there'll be certainly a lot more intent. There'll be a lot, there'll be the usual Arteta tweak.
The
Um,
pressure will be like, yeah, it was very much, you go 1-0, like, we cannot lose this. Well, I think there'll be this kind of confidence of like, we're one
yeah,
nil let's go
swagger,
get the second. Yeah,
swagger.
swagger. That's it.
It's the swagger, and that's why I think the Bruno signing is so important. Is um, his mentality, hungry dog. He's a
Yeah.
hungry dog. He's coming to the Arsenal. He wants to win trophies, and he looks so happy already. He
Yeah.
looks like just fitted in straight away. And I'm just thinking, he keeps he is a warrior, and that's
Oh
what
yeah.
we want that. And he's not going to let those standards drop because we don't want to do a Klopp's Liverpool where you've reached that and then suddenly you're down. You come down, you've crashed, and then it's like, and you finish fourth. I cannot bear that to have us next season. I think we get onto it, but I think we're clear favourites. If without, as I say, without a left winger, keep. Hopefully, the medical team, the new medical team, could be the most important signing
Yeah.
of the
I think it goes missing that, like, we did have our fair share of injuries last year.
we were the second. We didn't, and that was a nice thing about it. We didn't have to bang on about it because, and
We
that's
had
what
the
would
depth.
always counter with the Berta conversation of the recruitment. Madueke, yes, there's the did could you have kept Madueke and or didn't you have to sign Madueke and keep Nwaneri last year? I don't think we win the league if we keep Nwaneri last year because I think Madueke, as much as he's a limited player, it was just the pure minutes that he took out of Saka's legs. I think just because who else would we have played there? So I'm hoping that Vic has a second season, knows is a bit more. He will still have his limitations, but he's the. I think he's the. They'll split the games. They'll do what we always thought they were meant to do. Havertz will start, I think, tomorrow night, um, and I think Vic will come on with 20 minutes to go and hopefully cause damage, and then there'll be other games where he will start, and and we'll go from there.
Yeah, I am curious because I feel like for a few years I've definitely said he'll do the horses for courses, and he just doesn't really. Like he has
Yeah,
tended to, but like I am curious now. Like even in midfield, like you'd you'd think he's not going to play Rice and Bruno in every single game. So like, what are the games where he opts to drop one of them? Because
mm,
yeah, we'll talk about it later. Oh, sorry, not drops, rest, but like we'll talk about it later. But like Coventry at home, if everyone's fit, I would like Rice to sit that game out,
yeah,
for example,
absolutely.
based on some of
Yeah,
the alternatives we have. And like what you said earlier about Zuba Mendy, like I personally don't think we need to sell him, but it all depends on like will he get used
mm.
in scenarios?
Is
Because
he
like
the
I
is
don't
he the
think
Norgard?
well, I think
Is
he'll be
that
a
the
lot.
Norgard
I
role?
think he'll be
But is
used
it
a
the
lot more
Norgard
than
role?
that.
Yeah,
But like I don't know, just again, he's possibly probably not going to be used in any of the big six games, right? So it's like you'd think now Coventry
or
is the
you
sort of
do.
game for Azubi.
Or it's like we never had the luxury last year, and this goes into that goes back to the mentality and the swagger. I want 2-0, 3-0 games this season. I don't want 1-0 clinging
Same.
on. And then if you're in a 2-0, 3-0 game state, you can bring on Zubi for Rice with half an hour to go. And that's your perfect player that you just bring on Zubi, who can defend, who can win his duels, who is good aerially, and it's not your 5-4. It's Zubi just ping, 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 controlling the tempo at 3-0, and
Yeah.
they're not getting the ball. So that's where Zubi gets your half hour, um, your minutes, and Rice gets to sit down, or Bruno, or whoever, and the same with with Odegaard, and I think that's where you've got the options, but I think the mentality will allow us to really and to get that goal. Maybe it's a fast start FC again. Maybe we
Yeah.
do see that this season where we do play it. Because Bruno loses the ball quite a lot in the middle of the park, but you've got the security of who you've got behind it. But that's the payoff that you're going to get with the forward thinking and some of the balls that which could release
He's just
Azolis,
always looking forward, isn't he?
always looking forward, and I think you've already see it that Odegaard and him are just they're making a connection there already, and they're all wide, they all know how to play, and they will just work it between the three of them and say, right, you drop, you do that, and then if you can get the ball forward to Vic, then I think Wazolis, he's putting it into to Havertz. I'm excited. I'm excited by, and that we said it. I think that is he not only reinforces our midfield, Bruno. He could unlock a whole the
He could
level that
take it to another level.
the
Yeah.
level that we've talked about.
Yeah. Anything? Yeah. For like the community shield, it was almost so perfect. I'm like, there's so many things that I want to talk about. I don't even know what to go with. Like you said, it was the fast start. It was like Calafiori's positioning. Odegaard was just unbelievable. It was nice seeing White kind of yeah getting on the overlaps and stuff and getting up and down. And I don't know, we just looked fluid. Like Lewis Skelly, his yeah that drop of the shoulder, that threaded pass. He felt like he was growing with it, and I don't know. It was just such a complete performance, wasn't it? And yeah, the goals were just perfect.
And I think we almost called the dogs off at one point. I thought that I think that could have been a 4 or 5 if you, but it then turned into like we were changing for minutes.
They definitely. I can't remember if it was 3-0 or 2-0, but like it took like Haaland off around the
Yeah,
50th minute or something, and
and that was the moment
that
that
was the
they
saving face of like,
yeah
okay, yeah,
yeah
if we
it
do
was right.
this, we can't say we got
Yeah,
embarrassed.
yeah, and that's what, and I thought we might have thought at that point, because I it's the community shield, right? But you're not gonna. I think if we needed to score another 2 goals, we could have scored another 2 goals without. But I just thought, why are we going to put ourselves that extra 5% of
No, but I was.
stretching or
Do you know what? You're not going to hear me say this again this season. Well, maybe, but I didn't want more goals because I was enjoying the Olays that was coming with passing it
yeah,
around and
yeah,
taking the
yeah,
piss.
yeah, yeah. It was.
I was just
Dave went, and Tom went, and they had a fantastic day with the boys, with the kids. So yeah, that's what fantastic for them for two boys for the Tom with his two boys from Manchester come down, and then my nephews they went, and then all of them together. So that's what memories for them, isn't it? And
Yeah,
also
that's
because
class.
the two lads from Manchester, they can be going into school with a little bit of swagger,
Yeah, oh
you
yeah,
know,
they
and
they will be
you
for
know,
a few years.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, no, that I enjoyed that a lot just because it was, yeah, I think obviously we've been going with City for a few years, right? I know Liverpool won the league last year. Well, do we call it last year or the year before now?
yeah,
uh,
true,
well, you know what I mean.
yeah,
But I think it was just like I don't know. I've personally developed like a big hatred for them anyway, like
yeah,
the whole 115, but then the Rodri mentality stuff, this, that. I just feel like they're such a soulless club. And I think just seeing how we pipped them to the title and then go and do that to them. And like I think this has all been exaggerated for me as well. But like, I watched that Pep documentary last night and
yeah.
like they
I haven't.
they
I've seen the clips. I've seen the clips that
oh
I need
mate,
to
they
see. Yeah,
they thought they had our number. They thought
yeah,
they had our number and like yeah, I think I just loved the manner of like the way we won the league in the end, and then rocking up Community Shield against them. We're the champions of this
yeah,
country.
yeah,
We're defending the league or attacking it again, as
yeah,
Arteta says.
yeah,
And then yeah, just to completely dick them over like that. Yeah, that was great fun. But yeah, shall we turn attention to tomorrow before we
yeah.
get out of it, or do you want to do like a quick, like literally 30-second snapshot on what your expectations are for this season?
Champions. That's my. I think something's got to go very wrong, and we know that can be quite. It
Let me ask
doesn't
you a
take a
different
lot.
question. How many points are you hoping that we put on the board
I
this
want to
season?
do. I
And
want to do. I want to do 89 for minimum.
okay, and who do you think is capable of putting up 85?
I can't see anyone putting up 85.
Really?
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I think you might get a couple around 79. Might just go above 80. I think we win it by 10 points, and that's fucking clip me up. But I think that's how dominant we look to me. Unless you get an Alonso absolutely smash it from they could be the dangers. Chelsea. They'll either be a shit show or they could be. But I don't think they're good enough to go
The
within five
distance.
points of us. No,
I
not the distance. No.
I feel like they're again, this may get clipped up to come back and bite me, but like I feel like I maybe need to take them more seriously than I am, just based on the
Mm,
fact of like I don't know what it is. I don't fear that team, even though like individually the players in most of their positions are very good. And like this is the thing that will definitely come back to bite me. Like despite what he did at Leverkusen, I'm not there with Alonso for some reason.
no,
I
no.
I, I couldn't. I know it's quite illogical because like what he did was literally one of the greatest
Yeah.
achievements ever done in football, but I don't know. I don't know what it
But
is.
then to do that again in your first season at Chelsea, I just don't think that happens. I don't think that.
It's just the only other factor that makes me say I should maybe take them more seriously is just with what he's done with those players, like, and one game a week. Like, you have
Yes, it's
seen
the
how
one game a
things
week.
can. Yeah,
It's the one game a week that worries me. And you've got the week's coaching, and he's no doubt he's a very very good coach. And he maybe have got a bit of banter, but you've probably got a couple of good acquisitions with Welbeck and Henderson for the dressing room culture, more so than playing. Certainly for Henderson, because I think it does need a bit of direction in that dressing room. But the thing is that if they'd signed Martinez right from Villa,
I'd be even more
keeper,
confident they won't go the distance.
I think no, well, no, I think they
No,
need
I'm
a
joking. I'm joking.
they need a good keeper, and until they get a a good keeper, I can't take them seriously.
I was only
I
joking
just
because
can't.
I think Emmy is so overrated.
Yeah, he's overrated and he's a shit house, but I just think at least he's prem proven. He's an improvement on the guy that they've got now. He's experienced. He would love it. He's in the bright lights at Chelsea. He can milk it all, blah blah blah.
It is. It's so weird because again, I'm like, I think their defense. personnel wise is very good. I personally don't rate Lacroix that much.
Yeah,
The midfield is excellent. Caicedo,
but
Enzo.
take Enzo out of that, and then
Yeah, but then like Palmer, Rogers inside with João Pedro is a very good three. So like
yeah,
there are lots of things there where I'm like, that is very good, but there's something in it where I'm like, I don't fear it over the
no,
course of
I
38
know, and
games.
it's one of those that the only unless they do what we done, where we came out of the
Firing,
blocks
yeah.
firing, and then suddenly it's like shit. They've taken us in the league by surprise and 5 points ahead, or because we're still, you know, getting a bit of minutes, Saliba's the impact of that. Um, so yeah, my expectations is I think we should win it. I
10
also
points?
want,
Is that what you're going
yeah,
with?
I'll go 10 points, and then I want the
That's a
Champions League.
lot, man.
I want
Oh,
Champions League, man.
has anyone won it by 10
We won
points
it
in
7
recent
points
history?
last year, you nutter.
No, but 10. Has anyone done that
10,
in recent history?
what? We won it by 7 last year, man.
I know, but like 10,
That's
10
only
is,
three more points, brother. Come
I
on.
know, I
We're
know.
talking the
It
Arsenal.
just,
We're talking the
no,
champions.
I know. It feels outrageous.
No, come on.
I guess it is only 3 games early.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
stick with that.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I can definitely,
Come and see me in March
no, I can, I can
when I'm
definitely
planning the
see it.
parade.
I can, I can definitely see it. I think it's just one of them. It's like it's almost a bit surreal to sit here and say that. Like,
Well, as
yeah,
Greg says, congratulations on winning winning the league, guys, this year and
yeah,
last. So yeah, I think that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with the crowning of it already. I much prefer us to be a little bit more underdog, but you can't. You've got to step up to the plate. If you're the strongest team, for me, it's the most stable team. The
that
stability of our club and the fact that Mikel's done it is a big weight off of his shoulders, the big weight off of the
he
club.
seems lighter in presses and
Man,
stuff.
he's floating about in his little grey slacks. You know, he's going to be a different animal. Yeah, and I think he'll be a lot more laid back in press conferences. Not just he's always going to be a bit spiky, but I think he can go, yeah, a bit like us.
Yeah,
What can you
that
chuck at me?
yeah.
We've we've won it.
Brad Brad says 10 points should be the goal as none of the chasing pack looks that convincing. So yeah, it's true. I think my like hesitation, reservation to say it is like so I feel confident we will win the league. I just can't quite quantify by how many. And I guess it's maybe my learning of last year. Do you remember how bullish I was last
Yeah,
year?
yeah, yeah,
And like even watching the documentary last night, I'm like, mate, City shat the bed to start the
yeah,
season.
yeah, yeah.
And I think it's more I can't recall a season where in recent years, whoever you think is gonna go and win the league does it completely piss easy. I feel like there's always someone that comes out,
Liverpool.
but like no one thought they would win it that year.
No,
It's
yes,
like,
yeah, yes.
like
I
I
know
think
what you
that's the
mean.
thing. It's like when it's on someone that everyone
City,
thinks they're gonna win it, they never do with so much ease.
no, no.
I think that like
Well,
there's
it's
always
a
someone that
new
tends
era,
to
mate. It's a new era.
yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's the thing I was with my mate last night and we were talking about like, yeah, it is difficult for teams to retain the league, but there's something about Arteta. And again, I like watching some of the stuff with Pep and like how he looked so he obviously had a lot of shit going on, but he seemed to be unable to motivate the players and stuff and just got tired and bogged down. And I'm like, I just don't see that with Arteta. I think
Not
he
yet.
has got
Not yet.
something in him to be able to go again. Like I think there's going to be another level to us this year. And I think he's just a phenomenal
Pep.
man manager.
Arteta will get that. Arteta
Oh
will be
yeah,
burned out, and he will be burned out. But he's just fucking starting. This is him.
yeah. At that at this
This is
table,
him in gear. This is him in gear three. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's
for
just going to
sure.
get even more. And now because he's got the conviction, hasn't he? He's got the. You want to take the piss out of me with putting pickpockets and light bulbs and pens and balls and all the other mad shit that our gaffer does that we all love. It's like, well, it worked, guys. So
Yeah,
this, and now he's got that personality and that aura about him that people will, the greatest managers, the Mourinho's, the Peps, they will die for their manager, and I think Arteta instills
Hey,
that
got that.
into that squad, and even more so with what we've achieved. And they all know there's stuff that we will never know that they went through last year. That we that with injuries, with things that were going on, that internally they still managed to get it over the line. And I think that will just gonna. I don't see us plateauing. I don't see us
No,
resting on our laurels. The man is an absolute maniac. This is just the beginning. And so much so that I could still see him playing Declan Rice 90 minutes for 60 games. And I'm like, that's not what we want. We want to be able to get to the PSG, rest, be all fit and firing in April, have spread the minutes because you have got true options to rest the
of good
minutes
quality, not
of
just
good
like
quality,
with
of not
respect, a
just
Norgard or
old
yeah,
Norgard who's a Premiership player or Jorginho or an El Neni who are good pros, but they can come in and do
not to the standard.
a job here and there, but they're not gonna take you through 10, 15 games starting. I don't want that. I'd be happy if Deck didn't start for 10 games this season.
It depends what
Didn't
10 they
start.
are.
But why not get to? But if you're at a level where this is the one thing I do. Wrapping up soon. I do. I want us to go to Anfield and smash them. I want us to go to
Same.
City and smash them. That's what
Same.
we need to do this season. That's one of
Yeah.
my one expectations that I don't want none of this tentative shit. Let's go in their backyard. Champions are turned up, boys. You've only come to see the Arsenal. Give us a 3 points, and if you're lucky, we might give you a set piece goal, just so you've got something to phone up Talk Sport on the way home from the
So,
game.
yeah. So
Pay
go
them
on, just in a sentence, points prediction. I think you said 89.
89.
So you think we'll win the league by 10 points.
Yeah,
Champions League prediction,
final.
take it. Booked a flight to Madrid.
No.
No, but I think I will. I'm not getting caught up by them Budapest prices like I
No.
did this year.
Yeah.
Um,
But there's plenty of ways to get to Madrid. I
True.
go to Madrid, mate. I'm going by Benidorm.
Yeah,
I have
true.
3 nights in Bedders, a night in Madrid, and then for another 3 nights in Bedders. That's the way to do it.
So 89 points in the league, win it by 10. Champions League final, FA Cup Carabao predictions. I know that's very hard to predict, but
Yeah, again, we should be going deep. I want us to go deep, but I don't want us. The Carabao Cup's the one for me that tends to fuck us up because it's those two league games in those two semi-finals in January around the signing of the Champions League. Um, so yeah, I have expectations that we should, with the squad, because you need. I've just said it that we need to spread these minutes out. Well, there's your minutes, aren't they? There's your Zubi game. There's your MLS or whoever in those games. That should the only thing if we play Kepper in every round, we ain't getting fucking far at all, mate.
no, well,
So
Med, yeah, or
there's your
Messi.
answer. I prefer Messier to Kepa.
Yeah, I need to see more of him. Not sure, but
From
yeah,
what
just
he's looked in the pre-season, Messier is a better keeper than Kepa.
yeah, it's not
Definitely.
been a lot to be fair, but yeah, need to
No.
see more. But yeah, just I'm similar to you, but I'll go one better than you in the league. I think we're hitting 90 points. I think we'll hit 90. I know it's only 1 point more than what you said, but I think we'll break that 90-point barrier this year. I think there'll be a lot of, again, that some of the points we dropped last year, I just don't think we will. I think we're going to go up another level. So I think we're hitting 90 points. I think we'll win the league. Same as you. I think we'll get to the Champions League final again. Um, I think we'll get to one of either the FA or Carabao Cup final as well.
I was going to say FA.
One of them I can see us going out like
Could be a
either
double, mate.
early or like quarters. What's that?
Could be a double.
Well, hopefully it's a treble. But yeah,
Yes.
so I think 90 points in the league, Champions League final, we'll be there. And I think we'll get to one of the domestic cup finals. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, but like, we were talking about a quad last year, right? And the
Yeah,
squad is stronger, so like,
yeah.
who knows? But yeah, that's
We're,
where
we're
my
going to
head is
get
at.
clipped up to. We're getting clipped up, man. I'm saying we're going to lead by 10 points. We're talking about trebles. It ain't even the
I think we'll
season
win
ain't
two
even started.
trophies. I think
Yeah,
we'll win two
yeah,
trophies minimum.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I know we do need to wrap up, but we do have to talk about tomorrow, right? So like, in the quickest way you want. Um, how are you feeling? What do you think the team will be? What do you think it should be? And what do you think the score will be?
Um, I think it'll go. I'm going 2-0. I think it'll be a great night tomorrow night. I'm very jealous. I can't be
It
there.
better the atmosphere better be rocking. Like
I think
we
it will
fucking
be. I think it will be. I think
it
it'll
better not
be
be
the
an anticlimax.
no Friday night in London. Nice weather. Shorts and shorts on. Get your new merch out.
Gold gold badges on the
Yeah,
sleeve.
plenty of sherbs in the pub before. I think it'll be cracking tomorrow night. And when that trophy's there, I think it'll be special. And I think it'll be
Are
more.
they going to do any sort of like
And I believe so.
presentation?
I
Right.
believe so. I believe so.
Because they obviously won't do a lift, right? Because it's a new
No, I
season.
think it
But like,
might be there. It's sort of like that it'll. Oh, yeah, it'll be there when they come out or something. It'll be
yeah,
the whole. They've got to do something, haven't they? So,
yeah.
um, as far as the team, I'd go. I'd stick to pretty much the Community Shield.
Well, so
Um,
that's. Did you hear about Bruno G? Like
is
he
he
was
definitely
asked.
injured?
Well, not definitely, but Arteta was asked in a presser. Like he obviously went off, and I think he was asked like, "Is it an injury? Was it what was the nature of it?" And Arteta did his kind of, "We will see. We'll monitor
Oh,
progress." And I
right.
think that's made people think, and like I think Twitter's doing its thing. So like, let's work on two assumptions. One, if Bruno's fit, what do you think the
Yeah,
team will be? If he's out, what do you think it will be?
I think
And
Skelly.
in addition to that, do you think there'll be any other changes to last Sunday?
I no. I think it's Zolas, Havertz, Havertz. I think Saka might start.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Saka might start, and it'll be a fast start FC. Give him half hour, 90 last 30. Um, Odegaard. Um, I think because he's a fucking maniac, I think he'll start. I think Declan will start. I think he will, and and that's with the Bruno news as well. I think it'll be Miles. I think it'll be Miles and Deck. And then you go Calafiori, Gabriel, Mosquera, White. That'll be the
Yep.
one for me, and I'd be happy. I'd be happy with that. I'd be happy with that. I think again we we shouldn't be worried if Bruno's got a little bit of a niggle. That why would we want to just push him into the first game of the season to then compound that for a 3 or 4 weeker where we have got Zubimendi, we have got Miles, we have got options, and I think that's the we used it last year where it did soften the blow. We nearly got punished with it because we were so losing so many, but I think we just about had enough that you could suffer those injuries and not get and you still had available players, and I think and it's a perfect home game to start off with. Although Coventry will be a bit unknown, we got Fat Frank back. He'll get a little
Yeah.
bit verbal. He always speaks well, though. He spoke very well about Arteta in his conference. So I just wanted to one quick thing. Cesc Fabregas after the Como game. That was a nice little audition, nice little interview for the Arsenal job when it next comes around. So maybe I'd like to see that. I just don't want him to go Chelsea. Cesc,
No.
don't go Chelsea, mate. Leave yourself
That's
open. So yeah, I'm one last thing as well for anyone that does play FPL. What would your three Arsenal be?
Raya Gabriel's Wallace.
Oof, okay. No Calafiori. Because a lot of people are sort
Uh,
of going, "Oh, is concert going to make a difference?" How soon? Okay, we can not just FPL, but how
One
soon
sec.
do you
Let
think
me.
concert?
Can I do my team for tomorrow, and
Yeah,
then we'll.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, sorry,
No,
sorry.
no, that's all right. Just this is the sort of game I want Gyökeres to start tomorrow, but I think Havertz will. But
Mm,
that is the sort of game I want Gyökeres tomorrow. I want
mm,
Havertz at Villa. I want Havertz
yeah,
against Chelsea. So
yeah,
with that in mind, I'm like, please give Gyökeres this one game,
yeah,
knowing that Havertz probably suits the other
yeah.
two. It's
Agreed.
also his old club.
Yeah, agreed.
I just I don't think he will do that, and that's in
No.
my opinion where the mistakes start. Where it's like if you're going to start playing Havertz every game, that's
Yeah,
the exact thing we're trying to avoid, in my opinion.
yeah,
So I would hope Gyökeres starts.
yeah.
I think Madueke will start. I think Saka will come on similar to the because he didn't come on at half time, right? He came on like some point in the second half. So I think Madueke will get another start. Saka will come off the bench. I think Bruno's actually out. I think that was a weird
Mm,
response to the question,
mm,
especially with like on another context when he was asked about Lewis Skelly leaving. He was like, "No, he's 100% staying." So like, I don't know, like there. I
yeah.
think he's actually out. So I agree. I think midfield will be Rice, Lewis Skelly, Odegaard. Back five speaks for itself. But yeah, so I think it'll be Raya, White, Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori. Um, I think it will be Rice, Lewis Skelly, Odegaard, and then I think it will be Madueke. Fuck it, I think it will be Gyökeres and Zolis. Yeah, and yeah, sorry. What was the question you asked me? FPL?
FPL.
Oh, Chris
Was
is in the
who's
chat.
who?
Hey,
Yeah,
hey
who's the
guys,
three? Chris is going for Calafiori and Zolis. That's I
I
think I've got.
yeah,
I'm
I wouldn't
tempted
be.
with Odegaard.
Yeah, I can see that. I
I'm
think he'll
tempted
get
with
in.
Odegaard.
I can definitely see that. I think he'll get in. I think his output will go up this year for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I just the reason I'm not going Calafiori is I think Hincapié will start one of the four games,
yeah.
and I think there will be a lot of he's off at 60,
60.
65, and
Yeah.
that's just not what I like,
which is
despite
which
the
is
mad
almost what we
positions he
want.
picks up.
Which is almost what we want as fuck FBL. That's what you want with your rotation of your players, isn't it? You want to be able to bring on two quality players with half an hour to go, and you take the minutes out of Calafiori's legs or Timbers, where how soon he's coming back. Or so yeah, I yeah, that's why you're going Gabriel.
Yeah, just for what it's worth, I haven't actually got three. I'm just getting Gabriel and Zolis, but yeah, unfortunately, I actually do have to leave now. To be fair,
Yeah,
but
cool.
yeah, just yeah, good luck to everyone. The league is renewed, so yeah, that's all up and running. But my score prediction, I think it'll be 3-0 tomorrow. I think fast start FC. Yeah, ground should be buzzing. And yeah, I think, to be honest, I don't actually know much about Coventry, but I think we'll see us put on a little bit of a show, especially in the spells.
Zolis will score.
So will Gyökeres, in my opinion.
Yay! Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, it was good to be back. You're away next week, right? So
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
enjoy your holiday. I'll see what I can do to get something set up next week. But yeah, this season going to strictly stick to the weekly canon. I unfortunately don't have it in me to do more than one a week with what's going on at the minute. So yeah, but
Yeah,
we'll
probably be a review of the Villa game. Actually, I'll
yeah.
be. It'll be a review of the Villa game.
Cool. Well, yeah, I'll see if I can get someone in the week
Yeah,
to like
cool.
review Coventry
This one.
Preview
Yeah, yeah,
Villa. But like, yeah, just saying for everyone else going forward, yeah, unfortunately, I definitely don't have capacity to do more than one a week anymore. The kind of individual reviews, previews. So gonna see with Uncle Mike if we can just kind of agree a time in a week where we do a bit more of like a general cap of everything going on. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks
cool.
as always, and yeah, here's to defending the crown and getting number 15 on the honours, and hopefully number one with the big ears. Up the Arsenal. Let's get it.
Come on, you Reds.